What we are about to tell you is the story of a beginning for all of us. The father of all flight lovers, a passionate man's life, one that's made the pages of history. Unaware of when he developed the passion for flying, when or how he had become jealous of the birds that he had been feeding and set his mind on becoming like one of them. While his peers were playing in the streets, he felt more inclined towards maths and began studying airflow and wind. He was carrying out small experiments, unable to recall how many times his grandfather had punished him for stroking the wings of pigeons. Days turned into months, months into years. Dreaming of flying like a bird, the genius young boy had become a man and brought his drawings to life. He had made attempts to fly using wings attached to his arms. When he showed up in the Ok Meydanı with wings, he witnessed the very same puzzled looks that the drone users face even today. Of course, the then Sultan Murat IV heard about these crazy experiments. Gaining recognition for his scientific experiments, this young man was now known as Hezarfen, combining the Persian words Hezar, which means 1,000, and Fen, which means science. This word, bin fenli, 1,000 sciences, was used as sophisticated. Summers turned into winters. Hezarfen reached the end of his studies. For months, he climbed to the top of the Galata Tower, calculated the wind direction, and determined the right day for the flight. In 1632, on the morning of a day dominated by southwesterly winds in Istanbul, he finalized his preparations. Sultan Murat IV started watching the Galata Tower from the balcony of the Pearl Kiosk in Sarayburnu. His interesting bird wing-like creation on his arms, Hezarfen closed his eyes, murmuring all the prayers he knew. He took off from the 230-foot Galata Tower. As the astonished gazes of the crowds blended with screams, Hezarfen, contrary to all expectations, was gliding through the air like a bird. He passed over Karaköy and was halfway over the Bosphorus. Looking down on the Maiden's Tower from above, it was impossible for him to believe what he was experiencing. Having always imagined it from afar, he was now right above the Maiden's Tower and flying with the birds. He burst into tears. He could hardly swallow and his heart missed a beat. He crossed over the deep blue Bosphorus and was now approaching the coast of Üsküdar. He suddenly felt confident. How was the landing going to be? If things turned out the way he predicted, he would land on a lush, empty lot in Doğancılar. It was truly something special. He had managed to fly for 11,017 feet. Traveler Evliya Çelebi would later mention this crazy Turk with praise in his book of travels, Seyahatname. Like all the scientists of the time, Hezarfen was too sent into exile in Algeria because of his experiments. It's rumored that Hezarfen and Leonardo da Vinci met there and exchanged ideas about their studies on flight. For some, he was the first person to achieve unpowered flight in history, and to others who believed there had been earlier successes before him. Though the authenticity of it is still controversial, Hezarfen Ahmed Çelebi's studies were now a roadmap for the scientists following in his steps. Little Hezarfen's big dreams became the first lines of a story that led the way to mankind's journey to space.